This is Zoom Jeopardy, Educators Week. Here is our next group of educators. A first grade teacher from New York, Davey Sack. A history teacher and basketball coach from New Jersey, Sean. And a fifth grade science teacher from Raleigh, North Carolina, Tommy DiCarlo. And now, here is the host of Zoom Jeopardy, Matthew Box.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to game number 2 of our quarterfinal round of the Zoom Jeopardy Educators Week. We did have a rough game yesterday, but Joshua did come up on top all the way from across the pond. So Tommy, Davey, and Sean, it's a battle of the East Coast. I wish you all the best of luck. And by random draw, Tommy, you pick first out of these categories. Here are today's categories, gentlemen. We're starting off with things in the classroom. How appropriate. Measuring up. Passing notes. Note in quotation marks. Disasters. Try the gray stuff. And it's delicious, of course. Tommy, where are we going with first?
We're going to go with things in the classroom for 600.
This office supplies retailer follows Amazon in top revenue in 2019. And I sure hope you have these in your classroom too. Dave.
What is Staples?
That is correct. You are first on the board.
Let's go things in a classroom 8.
In 1991, David Martin and Nancy Knowlton introduced this interactive whiteboard, replacing many white and or chalkboards across America over time. Tommy, you're first.
What is a smart board?
That is correct, and you are at 800.
Things in a classroom for 400.
There's an American flag in almost every classroom in the country, as students began reciting this at the beginning of each day in 1892. Tommy.
What is the Pledge of Allegiance?
That is correct.
Things in a classroom for 200.
Dexter introduced these model of one of these in 1945, many of which were similar to this model that can be seen here installed in classrooms today. Dave.
What is a pencil sharpener?
Yes. Do you guys still have those in your classroom?
No.
No,
Mine
we
is
have like electronic ones.
That's good to hear. My hands still hurt from elementary school.
Let's finish the category.
In 2012, this classroom online platform with the mission of making learning awesome was founded today. They have hosted more than 8 billion participations in their learning activities. Sean.
What is Teachers Pay Teachers?
No, I'm sorry. Anyone else? What is Kahoot? Kahoot.
Oh, passing notes 200.
It cites a reference for a designated part of text. Davey.
What is a footnote?
Yes, that is correct. Bringing you to an even 1,000.
Passing notes 4.
In 1968, Spencer Silver, a 3M scientist, developed a not so sticky adhesive, which led to the development of this paper product. Tommy.
What is a Post-it note?
Yes, or sticky note. We would have taken either or. That is correct.
Passing note 600.
In 2021, Course Hero acquired this study tool, which is written by real professors and teachers to get ready for that next exam of yours. Dave.
What is a spark note?
No, but good guess. Okay. You don't have negative points.
I do.
No. I said you don't. The buzzer was kind of sucky. What is Cliff Notes? Cliff Notes. Right? Yeah, go ahead, Tommy.
We'll go 800.
It's an afterthought or a minor related mention. What is a side note? A side note. All right, Tommy.
Let's do disasters for 200.
Like Chicago, Boston had a great one of these in 1872. Sean, you're first there.
What is a fire?
Yes, a great fire. That's correct. And you are climbing out of that hole. Back to you.
Let's go disasters for 4.
This event off of Huntington Beach in 2021 brought memories of this 3 million disaster off the coast of Santa Barbara in 1969. Tommy.
What is an oil spill?
That is correct, and that will bring you up to an even 2,000.
Let's go 600 disasters.
And it's the daily double.
No! I'm so nervous I
Yes.
was gonna get this.
You have a very good lead, Tommy. You can bet any of all your money. Davey's at 400, and you're at 2,000.
Okay, let's go 500.
All right, for 500 points, here's your clue. Migration after a natural disaster made this southern state to be the only to lose a House seat in 2010.
Where is or what is Louisiana?
That is correct. After Hurricane Katrina, you are correct. Way to go.
Let's go back to passing notes 1,000.
Slang for the $100 bill. Sean.
What is a Benjamin?
No, I'm sorry. Remember, it has to contain
Yeah,
a note.
and I know it now, of course.
It's the pressure of the buzzer.
Forgot the category.
What is C note? C note.
Disasters 800.
A Cold War era novel and movie popularized this term that's supposed to prevent unanticipated disaster. What is a failsafe? A failsafe. All right, we're going to go to our first break and get to know our contestants right after this. And welcome back to the Zoom Jeopardy Educators Week competition with our second group of contestants. Davey Sack, you are a third grade teacher from New York, New York. And not only are you a big fan of Jeopardy, but you're also a really big fan of dodgeball. So much so that you run the biggest LGBTQ plus dodgeball league in New York City. Can you tell us all about it?
Yeah, so in 2016, when I was first getting my feet wet with teaching, I was like, I really need to prioritize this work-life balance because all I'm doing is working. And so I decided to join dodgeball. And not only did I join and have a great time, like, doing cardio and like going out, but I made so many friends. There's 180 people in the league, and I just really established a fun group. And so I kept going, and that was in 2016. It's 2023 now, and now I'm running it. So it's been a great time.
I think Twitter community game would be really funny too.
Yeah.
I would throw the ball hard at some people too. I'm not going to list names, but I'm just kidding.
Oh, you should. No mercy.
Good luck in the rest of the game.
Thank you.
We also have Sean. He is a history teacher and basketball coach from New Jersey, and you lived outside the U.S. for the past 9 years. Where at?
Yep, I just moved back in last August. Out of those 9 years, 6 were in Prague, 1 was in Barcelona, and 2 were in Guadalajara, Mexico.
And how was it?
It was great. I mean, it was like we went for practical reasons for either my wife to get her degree or for me to get a degree. But living in Prague for the 6 years was an amazing experience. There's not much to not like about that place. But me being from here, my wife from Mexico, we decided to move back to the New York area. But yeah, it was a great experience. Good to represent the New Jersey people all over the nation, all over the world, I should say.
Yes. Well, welcome back and best of luck in the rest of the game.
Thank you,
And then
sir.
finally, our 5th grade science teacher from all the way from North Carolina, Tommy. You're also into sports like Dave, but you're also a kickball champion, a state kickball champion of that. How was that?
It's good. Every year, like North Carolina, the Stonewall Leagues, which is a queer sports league, they always do an all-star tournament in one of their host cities. And then I went last summer, and our team won the championship. So I am a state kickball champion.
Perhaps you'll be a Zoom Jeopardy champion as well, as with the
Let's
lead that you
hope.
have. But we still have some game to play. And Tommy, you were last to answer correctly. And you have control.
All right, well, let's finish the disasters category.
All right. The 1931 flooding of this Chinese river killed roughly over 4 million people. Tommy was first there.
What is the Yangtze?
No, I'm sorry. Anyone else want to ring in there? Sean.
What is the Yellow River?
Yes, correct. And that is going to get you to only negative 800 as you have control.
All right, let's go with It's Delicious for 400.
Red Delicious and Golden Delicious are varieties of these. Tommy.
What are apples?
That is correct. And you're at 1900.
It's delicious, 600.
Phosphoric acid gives tartness to this delicious drink created in 1886. Sean.
What is Coca-Cola?
That is correct. And you're almost out of the hole there.
Let's go with It's Delicious for 200.
This breakfast cereal claims that it's magically delicious. Tommy.
What is Lucky Charms?
That is correct. Are you a big fan?
No, not particularly.
Yeah, I hate it too. Okay.
800 for
Right.
delicious.
Their cake mixes in the 1950s were advertised as so moist, so delicious, and so much more. Sean.
What is Duncan Hines?
That is correct. And you are, sir, out of the hole now at 600.
Okay, let's stay with It's Delicious for 1,000.
Since 1977, this fancy brand of mustard claims it's exquisite and delicious. Sorry, I have bad pronunciations. Sean.
What is Grey Poupon?
That is correct. And you, sir, are 1,600. 2 categories left.
Let's go with Try the Gray Stuff for 400.
It's a pale shade of gray, or Pokemon's main human protagonist. Sean.
What is Ash?
That is correct. Making quite the comeback of yourself. All right, go ahead.
Let's go with Try the Gray Stuff for 200.
Seeing here, this comic character was gray until he turned green, that we know now, due to the printer not being consistent with the color. Tommy.
Who is the Hulk?
That is correct. And you are now in control of the board.
600. Great stuff.
All right. It's the lumber sounding alternate name of a gray wolf. Sean.
What is a Timberwolf?
That is correct. And you, sir, have the lead now.
All right, let's go with Gray for 8.
The Indian gray type of this mammal has no problem going after cobras as they run after and sometimes dig them out. Sean.
What is a mongoose?
That is correct. 800 more for you.
Let's go with Gray for 1,000.
Found in the hair's core, gray hair is caused by the loss of this pigment. And that would be melanin.
Oh, damn it.
All right, one category left there, Sean. What value?
Let's go with Measuring Up for 400.
Have you guys just been avoiding this category? What's going on?
Mhm.
All right. At Starbucks, a venti is equivalent to this number of ounces. Tommy.
What is 20?
Yes, that is correct.
600.
Tire pressure is measured in PSI, short for this. Sean.
Pounds per square. What is pounds per square inch?
That is correct. And that brings you to an even 4,000.
Let's go Measuring Up for 2.
In a British brewery, a frickin' is about a quarter of one of these containers. Sean?
What is a pint?
No.
Brewery.
What else is in a brewery besides pints? There would be barrels, of course. All right, back to you, Mr. Sean.
Okay, let's go with Measuring Up for 800.
Arg! One of these is about 6,076.115 feet. Made the obnoxious arg sound because it's a nautical mile. A nautical mile. All right, and one last clue before our double Jeopardy round. A Morgan, which is named after a Nobel Peace Prize winner, measures the distance between these on a chromosome. Sean.
What are atoms?
No, I'm sorry. What are genes? Genes.
Oh.
All right, as it stands, it's a very close game between Sean and Tommy for the lead. Davey, you are at 400, but guess what? We have the double Jeopardy round right after this. And welcome back. Dave, you pick first out of these categories. Starting with screen teachers. Those are teachers both on TV and movies. We have history depicted in art, a God's name, music class, meanings behind the logos, and finally a category about Jeopardy. Of course, we love Jeopardy. All right, go ahead, Dave.
Let's do music class for 4.
All right. Following Bohemian, it's emotionally free music composition. Tommy.
What is Rhapsody?
That is correct.
Let's go right down the line. 800.
With an octave higher than the flute, this woodwind has the highest pitch of the woodwinds. Dave.
What is the piccolo?
That is correct. And you're at 1200 now. And it is your go.
1200.
Seen here, it's also the function of Zoom. The device modifies the sound of brass instruments. Tommy.
What is a mute?
That is correct.
1600.
Students who learn the violin must remember to use this substance on their bows, which creates friction and allows the strings to vibrate more freely. Baseball pitchers use it too. It is rosin. Rosin.
Oh.
All right.
Let's go to meanings behind logos for 400.
The yellow arrow in this online powerhouse's logo goes from the letters A to Z, meaning they sell everything. Tommy, you're first there.
What is Amazon?
That is correct.
Meanings behind logos 800.
The B in this company's logo represents a side profile of someone wearing headphones. Dave.
What is Beats by Dre?
That is correct. And you're at an even 2,000 points. We have a game, folks. All right, here we go.
1200.
This vehicle company's logo comes from a Bavarian flag and represents blades of a spinning propeller, paying homage to their aviation history. Sean.
What is BMW?
That is correct.
Let's go with history depicted in art for 800.
Here's a painting showing the death of this Greek philosopher, charged for impiety and corrupting the youth. Who is Socrates, of course. Socrates, he's corrupting the youth. All right.
Let's go with history depicted in art for 400.
We couldn't do this category without this painting of George Washington crossing the river in December of 1776 during the American Revolutionary War. Sean?
Is the name of, I'm sorry, is this the name of the river?
Yes.
What is the Delaware River?
That is correct. All right, and back to you.
Let's go with history depicted in art for 1200.
While you may know another version of a painting depicting this leader, this one is more accurate as the Alps were pretty cold. Tommy.
Who is Napoleon?
That is correct.
Let's go back to music class for 2000.
All right, wrapping it up. There are 52 white keys on the piano, which leaves this many black keys. Yeah, have fun with that. That would be 36 black keys. All right, back to you.
Meanings behind logos 1600.
This shoe and apparel company's logo represents the challenges that an athlete may face and overcome. The 3 stripes on Adidas logo represents a mountain. All right, back to you, Tommy.
Meanings behind logos 2000.
To also represent a game piece, this food company's logo has 3 dots to represent the number of stores they had when incorporating the logo. Sean.
What is Domino's?
That is correct.
Let's go with history depicted in art for 1600.
Appropriately named Peacekeepers, this painting depicts 4 men discussing the end of the Civil War, most notably Abraham Lincoln, and to his right, this Lieutenant General. Dave.
Who is Jackson?
No, I'm sorry. Anyone else want to take a grab at it? No. Who is Ulysses Grant? Ulysses Grant. All right.
Right. I was looking to his left.
Yeah, sure.
Go with, yep, history depicted in art for 2000.
Here's the painting of this city being captured as prompted by its walls collapsing. History's not a thing today, huh? Sean.
Where is Rome?
No, I'm sorry. You're at 6,400. Okay. Anyone else? What, with the very small time we have? Nope. What are the walls of Jericho? The walls of Jericho.
Let's go with screen teachers for 400.
She drove the bus in the Magic School Bus, taking her students crazy places. Tommy.
Who is Miss Frizzle?
That is correct.
Screen teachers 800.
Zoe Disco played a quirky middle school named Jessica Day in this series. Sean.
What is New Girl?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Screen teachers for 1200.
With the initials WW, he was a terminally ill, meth-selling chemistry teacher in a Netflix series. Tommy.
Who is Walter White?
That is correct.
Screen teachers 1600.
In the 8-film series, this professor was able to transfigure into a cat, as seen in the first movie, spying on a potential guardians. Dave.
Who is Professor McGonagall?
That is correct, and that brings you to an even 2000.
Screen teachers 2000.
Jack Black played this financially desperate substitute teacher at a prep school and eventually taught his kids how to rock. Sean?
The teacher's name?
Yes.
Who is Hank Schneebly?
No, I'm sorry.
Who is Ned Schneebly?
No, I'm sorry. Davey?
Who is Ned Sheedley?
No, I'm sorry.
I have no idea.
When you try to piggyback off Sean. It was Dewey Finn. Where are we going?
Let's do a God's name for 16.
All right. You just lost all your points, so you can wait up to 2000.
Let's do 2000.
All right, good luck with this clue.
Thank you.
The British equivalent of a Milky Way shares its name with this god of war.
Who is Mars?
That is correct, and you earned back your $2,000.
Give me that 2000.
All right,
you.
and back to you.
A category about Jeopardy for 16.
Former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court Warren Burger once sent Jeopardy a letter requesting this document to be spotlighted in a category to celebrate its 1991 bicentennial. Sean?
What is the Bill of Rights?
That is correct.
Let's go with a God's name for 800.
Carl Weathers played this boxer who lost the heavyweight title in Rocky. Sean?
Who was Apollo Creed?
That is correct. We could have just taken Apollo there. All right, back to you.
Let's go with a God's name for 400.
It's the only reindeer in Santa's fleet that shares the name of a god. Dave?
Who's Cupid?
Yes, that is correct. And back to you.
1200 God's name.
This goddess of war was born full grown from Zeus's head due to him swallowing his first wife. Sean?
Who was Hera?
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Anyone
me
else?
too.
Who is Athena? Athena.
Oh.
2000 God's name.
This day of the week is named after a Norse god. Sean?
What is Thursday?
No, I'm sorry. Tommy's like, keep getting them wrong. Keep getting them wrong. What's Wednesday? All right. We still have a daily double up there,
Not being conservative.
Dave.
2000.
Merv Griffin, the creator of Jeopardy, was also the man behind Jeopardy's theme song, named this. You guys aren't as big as fans of me, I suppose. What is Think? Think is the name of the theme song. All
That
right.
makes sense.
Dave,
1200.
still searching. Before
Oh,
impersonating
damn.
former President Donald Trump on SNL, this actor betrayed Alex Trebek hosting Celebrity Jeopardy. Davey was first.
Who is Alec Baldwin?
That is correct. Dave, which clues are going to be?
800.
I hate to break it to you. Seen here. At the age of 94, this announcer of Jeopardy seen here holds the world record for longest career in a game show announcer for the same show? Wow. Okay, that's embarrassing. Who is Johnny Gilbert? Dave, that automatically makes you get the last two. You have 20. No, you have 3,600. If you double, you'll get very close to Tommy. What would you like to do?
What?
He's at 7,500.
2,000.
2,000 with this clue. It's the number of clues in a game of Jeopardy. Don't forget final.
What is 61?
That is correct, and that brings
Nice.
you to 5,600. We still have quite the game here as we deal with Final Jeopardy and with this category, Home and Garden. All right, we'll see what happens after this. The category is Home and Garden, and look at that. All three of our contestants have made it to Final Jeopardy. Let's see how this turns out in this clue. Their name comes from the Greek for earth dweller and are thought to ensure a plentiful harvest by protecting animals and plants ever since the 19th century. Contestants, you have 30 seconds. Good luck. First off, we come to Sean. You're at 2,400, and you wrote down what is a gnome. You, sir, are correct. Gnomes are made out of clay, and they were developed by a German sculptor. And they are involved in a lot of fairy tales, of course, on top of the Travelocity gnome. And what did you wager? That's the real important question. You wagered it all. That doubles you to 4,800. You're relying on an incorrect response from both Davey and Tommy. All right. Davey, we come to you. Did you come up with what is a gnome? No, you came up with a scarecrow. And how much of that 5,600 did you wager? You wagered 2,000. That's going to bring you down to 3,600 and third place for now. Okay, Tommy, we're relying on a correct response from you. Did you come up with what is a gnome? You sure did. And you wagered 4,000. Doesn't matter what you wagered there, though. That's 1,500. Tommy, you are advancing to the final round on top of Josh. Congratulations. And we have one more spot left. Let's see who claims it. And we'll be right back with the final episode after this.